What's going on, YouTube? This is Ben from Dual Tonics, and I'm here to give you a Cyber Dragon deck profile. Now, you can put your own tech. This is just my idea for the deck. I played it for about a year, competitively. What was my first deck, and I think it's fitting that it'd be the first video on YouTube. Now, right off the bat, we're going to do 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Core, and 3 Hertz, and then 2 Veer. This is all the Cyber Dragons you're going to play in the deck. Core is the engine. You always want to have it in your opening hand. Veer can combo lock Core if you normal summon it, or chain lock Core, so you can avoid Ash, because Core is mandatory. And then that aside, we got just the side engine will be 2 Galaxy Soldier. I've played 3, but it's more fitting to have 2 because it bricks quite often. I've lost several tournaments. I'll be round 4, round 5, be doing fantastic the whole day, and then I'll get hit with 3 Galaxy Soldier and 2 evenly matched, and like you can't really extend with that. You can break boards. That's what this deck does, but you can't. You usually don't win the duel, and that's all what this deck is about. The meta, it's pretty diverse and it's great. But you have to have the mentality when you play the game that you're going to break what they do. Whatever deck they play, you have to think, you got to know their combos, slow down if you have to, and break down their key plays, and then hopefully take them out. But now we're going to go to kind of the spot removals. Yugioh, I'll play the 1. It's very excellent against Sky Strikers and Salmon Greats. Sky Strikers, you're going to shut off their spells, which is nice. And when you're playing the Salmon Greats, like, you shut them completely down. They can't use Roar. They sit there with a bunch of back row they can't activate, because remember, they have to have a link monster to do anything. Now, speak of links, I play the 1 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. This might be blasphemous to some people, but you brick sometimes with this deck, and it's there to shuffle in the cards in your hand and dig 1 card deeper so you can reach your hand traps or your combo pieces, and you can run 2 more. I think it's an extra $220. I think the 1's fine. Of course, this is just my suggestion. Leave in the comment section below what you do if you even play this card. And then I do the 3 Ash. You're going second, and it's just a nice card. You know, it's got common rarity now, so that's fun. We budget players can finally play the game. And then 2 Ogre, and then 2 Veiler, and then the Gamma package. So 3 side frame Gamma and 1 driver. I think altogether with this lineup and Phantasme, it kind of helps the fact that most of these are hard ones per turn. Now, if they do Ash your Gamma, you can still play it. It's not a hard once per turn. It's just whenever you have, you control no monsters. But moving on to the traps, we play the 1 cybernetic overflow, and then the 3 evenly matched. You're playing a go in second deck, evenly just usually an auto win, depending on who you're going against. A smart Sky Striker player will play out of evenly matched, but other than that, usually wrecks the monster spam decks because they go all out. They run out their hand. Everything's on the field. You can bait out everything for evenly. You usually win. But now to the spells. Gonna go to the 1-ofs. They had a 1 overload fusion, 1 instant fusion, and the 1 cyberload fusion. Back in the day, you used to run Power Bond, but it wasn't searchable. It was kind of bricky, and especially in these new time rules, that burn damage could spell out for game. It just all depends on who you're playing against. And then for the other cyber cards that, mind you, are searchable off core, we got 3 emergency, 1 rev system, and 1 repair plant. They're good cards. These 2 can be very bricky, and I see a lot of people playing 2 ofs for each, and I guess it depends on your play style. I played a little bit more reserved than some people, so 2 rev system might be better for you if you go all out. Getting the extra non-once per turn monster reborn's nice. Repair plant, it's a hard once per turn, so I don't know why you'd play 2, but and it's conditional, so it kind of makes it hard to play more than 1. And then we got our 3 machine dupe. The old machine, 1 card win. It's not really a win, it usually gets ashed. But that aside, we have, let's go on to the extra deck. So it's pretty standard. You know, some people don't play the instant fusion. I've always found it to be nice that you could have the additional monster. Sometimes helps. So 1 Panzer Dragon, and then we have 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragons. It's nice for the grind to have 2. 3, if you're having to resort to 3, your Cyber Dragons can't grind that much. They can't grind for 3 turns. You might get 2 turns, but most of your resources are expended turn 1. And that's your most important turn. It's probably true for other decks also, but you don't have a consecutive draw. You don't have a consecutive search other than core. You have one play you have to get right, and to have 3 Mega Fleet, that's just too much. Now I play 2 Fortress. It's a nice card. There's where I play the Jizukuru, you can tribute out whatever they have, and then you can contact fuse for Fortress Dragon. I play the 2 because Sky Strikers, they consistently make out machines. And then for the last fusion, I do Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. He's sometimes a win condition. It all depends who you're playing. Now for synchros, I know you're gonna sound kind of disgusted that we play synchros, but the 1 Psyframe Omega, we do play the Psyframe engine, and it's nice to be able to rip a card from their hand, and it gets rid of itself. So That's a plus. We get the one Griffin, the one Cleafort Genius, the one Summon Sorceress, and the one Zeger. Now, I'll show you the combo and how you can end on a pretty nice board. An Infinity, a Zeger, and a Griffin. So you can set up a decent board. It's not unbreakable, but it's pretty nice. And then play the 2 Nova for the XC monsters, and then 2 Infinity. You most of the time you'll just make one, but it's nice to have the option to do double Infinity if you have the resources. And off to the side deck. Now, side deck, it's kind of your own play style. I think that's where the most spice comes in, is in the side deck. And I played 2 Danko, playing its back row decks. It's very nice, and that's where the 3 Twin Twisters comes in. You can replace these for Red Reboot. They're all kind of the same. I think 5 cards is enough for back row decks. Anything more, then either that's all you see, or you don't see enough of what you actually need to actually play your plays. And that's for back row decks. Be Sky Striker, be Salmon Grades, Altergeist, if they're still out there. Then I have a going first, because they'll probably tell you to go first. 3 Border and 3 Gozen Match. You can easily play out of Gozen Match. It's excellent against, well, a ton of different decks. And to be able to do something in turn 1, Cyber Dragons don't usually do that. They usually set up a weak board, but with Border, which it is searchable, it's a light machine, and Gozen Match, you have the potential to stall enough so on your turn you can OTK them. And for the monster spams, I do 3 Winged Jacket of Raw Sphere Mode, and then 1 the Ringing Jacket of Raw. Now, you're going to be wondering why I play this. Raw's other effect that no one, I don't think, ever does, is you can tribute this card and special summon the Ringing Jacket of Raw from your hand or deck in order to get summon conditions. And if you do, its attack and defense becomes 4,000. It's kind of cheeky. Will you get it off? Maybe. It's very situational. You have to give them the raw. It comes back to your turn. And then you tribute off for raw. But it's nice to have the option. And even though it's old school, it has an okay effect. A non-once per turn blow up a monster. But you can pay 1,000 life points, select and destroy 1 monster in the field. So it's okay. It's just for side deck, I really just wanted to show you what I do. It's all about your mentality when you're playing with the side deck. So you normal out core, and you add Cyber Repair Plant to your hand. Then you use Machine Dupe. Special summon 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck, and then you Link Summon. Into a Zeger. Then you use Repair Plant because there's a Cyber Dragon in the grave. And you add a Galaxy Soldier to hand. Then you use Galaxy Soldier's effect in hand. You pitch a light monster. You special summon it. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Zigger and Grave, or Hertz and Grave. Hertz will add Cyber Dragon from graveyard to hand. And then you add another copy of Galaxy Soldier from deck to hand. Then you use the Cyber Dragon Zigger and the Galaxy Soldier as link material to make a Summon Sorceress. Having it point to Cyber Dragon. You then special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck. Its effect's negated. Then you activate Galaxy Soldier's effect in hand. Pitch a light. Special summon. Then you go and you overlay to a Nova. Now, everyone knows that Nova makes Infinity, but it also special summons a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Which it just so happens that Zigger is a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. And yes, we'll put him in this column, and she in this column. The columns are very important. So then you make your Griffin, and you overlay into your Infinity. So you got 2 extra deck monster zones that are open to them, but they cannot activate any effects of special summon monsters unless they're linked. So they have to make a link monster and then put a monster into that link zone that it points to for them to gain effects. So it's, you got the kind of the floodgate of Griffin and the 1 negate from Infinity and the buff from Zigger. So this is your strongest turn 1 board you can make, if given you have to make one. So, and yeah, keep it real, YouTube.